Tastyworks earned the #1 spot in this year's Best Online Brokers report from IBD. And on January 21st, Tastyworks parent company Tastytrade announced a $1 billion acquisition by IG Group. 2 days before that announcement, we caught up with Tastytrade founder and co-CEO Tom Sosnoff to discuss what sets Tastyworks apart from the competition. Take a look. So Tom, Tastyworks, it's a pretty young brokerage. It's been available to the public for only a couple of years now, but there's a lot of really deep expertise you and the team are bringing to the table here.
Yeah, we launched Tastyworks on January 2nd of 2017. We're talking 4 years at this point. But this group has been together. We joined forces together in 1999, and we built, our prior company was Thinkorswim, of which we were publicly traded. We sold it to TD Ameritrade, and then we started Tastytrade. It's the same team, really the same 7, 8 people that started Thinkorswim are started Tastytrade. We put the band back together. And so, that's, it's kind of, those are my friends.
Great. Well, it seems like your bread and butter is the options market. And that's an area in particular where Tastyworks seems to stand out. So what are you guys doing that others aren't?
Well, we kind of grew up in our professional careers as market makers, on the floor of the SIBO. All of us did that 20 years ago started. We spent almost 20 years on the floor of the SIBO, and then we started Thinkorswim, and then we obviously started Tasty. And so I think a little bit of it has to do with just our background and kind of our know-how, our areas of expertise, so to speak, where we thought we were not going to be disadvantaged against anybody else was in, the options and was in the option space. I think what we've learned over the last, 20 years or so is that the strength of our business does come from our know-how. And that really turned out to be a lot more of an advantage than we originally thought it would be.
Interesting. And, within the last month or so, we saw Tastyworks come out with a profit and loss tracking tool integrated directly into the platform. So talk to us about the role that technology and the cutting edge of it is really coming to life with Tastyworks and these
Sure.
new tools that you're offering to your audience and those who are with the
Yeah.
brokerage.
About 20 years ago, we figured that, to do something different, to be a differentiator, you really had to build differentiating technology. And so we started down that path. And we have kept basically our technology team together for that long. And what really separates us is our ability to challenge customers. Like, we don't build, if you wrote me an email and said, "Hey, Tom, I really need this thing," whatever that feature is, we don't build it. We only build what we think, and I know this sounds like kind of crazy and maybe it's a little conceited or egotistical, but it's not. Ultimately, we want to build what we believe is the next generation of self-directed investors, wherever that engagement, that empowerment comes from. So we build the stuff that we think is going to change the game, that really is differentiators. What we launched recently that you're referring to was something called option chains. And this is the first piece of functionality on any retail platform that essentially lets you automatically just track everything that you've done. In the option world, there's lots of adjustments. Like you might sell a spread, then you might adjust the strikes, and you might adjust the month, and you might do everything, and keep rolling it forward. Our technology does it all for you and lets you track that specific trade. And or that multiple trades. It could be up to 100 different trades. And it's really cool, kind of groundbreaking technology. And that's our big release, recently.
Great. And you mentioned self-directed investors. So how has Tastyworks Business changed over the last year in particular with this increased interest in investing we've seen from retail traders? And what have you done to capitalize on that?
Well, I mean, obviously it's been the pandemics it's a biological pandemic is something that none of us had it wasn't in our playbook. Nobody thought that was ever going to happen. We're a firm that does not offer managed products. We do not manage anybody's money, and we don't service professionals or money managers or anything like that. So we are 100% self-directed retail customers. No prop firms, no hedge funds, nothing. So our whole business has always been self-directed investors. And this is basically since last March to wherever we are today, this is kind of the event that triggered the transition from passive to active. Sometimes you just got to get lucky and just be in the right place at the right time. And maybe that's where we were.
And speaking of passive to active, cost there is obviously a factor. How does Tastyworks stand out on that front?
Well, obviously for stocks, we don't charge anything. So there's no, and for options, we're either the lowest or among, I mean, we're not free. So what we don't charge customers to close orders. So we only charge you a small amount to open, and then we cap everything with a max of $10. So we're the only software-based firm. We're the only major firm. There are free apps, obviously. We even have our own free app called Doe. And so there's plenty of free apps out there, but they don't offer anywhere near the technology and really the front end power that we do and all the products. And like, we're product indifferent, we're strategy indifferent, we're everything. And nobody has the type of technology we have for the rates that we have. So we're the lowest among the real advanced software platforms. That's just a great place to be. It's because our technology is so new. We're not working off legacy technology that's 20 years old or 25 years old or 15 years old. We're basically on brand new high frequency middleware technology. It's more stable, it's faster, it takes a lot fewer people to support it. So we're able to deliver amazing technology cheaper.
And in addition to the technology side, education, especially when you're talking about these newer, maybe younger investors, that's another
Sure.
key piece of the puzzle here. You're obviously connecting with your audience every day. Can you talk a little bit about
Sure.
Tastyworks and the education aspect?
So Tastytrade, which is our network, our financial network, is the largest digital network now in the world. And we have millions of viewers a month. We have 100 and on an average day between 120 and 150,000 daily viewers. On a month, it's 5 or 6 million, whatever it is. 10 million hours of YouTube videos. We are 100% free too. So we produce, even for non-Tastyworks customers, anybody that wants to use our site, all our archives are free, all our daily content's free, all our newsletters are free. So we just are a think tank content producing machine. Now we use it as content marketing. So like, for example, if you were interested in options, you can visit Tastytrade. You can get everything we have. We hold nothing back. I just finished a 3-hour show this morning, and it's all research-based, quantitative, statistical, and probabilistic research. No news, no technicals, no fundamentals. And so we're basically all math. And what we do is we present that to anybody that wants to see it. And there's obviously millions of people that do. And we have an audience that's worldwide. And we use that as a goodwill marketing tool. So basically I'm saying to you, hey, I'm going to give you everything we have, and then hopefully you'll trade with us. That's it. Simple model.
Yeah, sounds like some great lead gen there. Tom, thank you so much for giving us an inside look at what Tastyworks is all about. We really appreciate it.
Well, I love talking to you guys, and you've been great with Tasty over the years. So anytime we can help out, just give me a holler.
Great. We really appreciate it. Make sure to check out IBD's full Best Online Brokers report at investors.com/bestonlinebrokers. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching Investors Business Daily on YouTube. If you want to watch more videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.